Yes. Hello. Hi there. Come on. Labor Day. Labor Day. It's not a labor to be with you. This is a labor of love. And as someone who doesn't have a child yet, although I've given birth to projects, um, I'm so happy to spend this holiday with my babies, my baby boos. How are you? Où est l'automne le monde? Where are you in the world? Where in the world? Where is she? Where are you in the world? Je suis in California. Et always late. So sorry. Tardy, honey. I'm tardy for the party. I literally played like 9 holes of golf with my cousin Monique today. So I'm a little whatever. Like we day drank, we got through it. I didn't take a shower yet. So hair is whatever. But here we are, 90 Day Fiancé. It's The Other Way, season 3. It's episode 2. What? Let's get into it. It's her or me. Hero me. And by the way, she is a heroine because Ellie's friend, because she's doing what we all want to do, which is use every part of us, to like our words and also our beings, our essences, our eyes, to scream at you, Ellie, to not sell your life and go. Don't do it. So anyway, we'll talk about it. I'm so happy to see Mr. TL Snow. Hello to my beautiful peeps. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and like this video. Say hi, but also turn the light on in the room. Give it a little thumbs upsies, whoopsies. I hope I get some mods in here. And if you're here, say hi. Melinda, it's so nice to see you too. I'm so happy that you caught alive, my love. I'm happy. I'm happy anyone, catches me alive ever. Like I'd rather be caught alive than dead. What am I talking about? Okay, so let's get into who's our first couple on the dock. Who did I write first? I wrote Jenny and Sumit first. Okay, so let's listen. Absolutely not. If I see anything crazy in here, honey, I'm gonna make you a mod, Mr. TL Snow. You're here enough. Well, you could be a mod. Okay, so just want to put on some pictures for us, honey. Let's get into it. So we saw at the end of episode 1, Jenny really lose her goddamn mind at Sumit, like being like, you're not gonna marry me, like, what am I doing? Because basically, as we know, she's on the kind of visa where every 6 months she has to like hop in, hop out of India, and like because of coronavirus, she got extensions, but then an extension came back closed, and that confused her. And Nepal's not an option because this is a situation. These are the non-options, okay? They can't go to Nepal. Why, you say? Because Sumit's father-in-law has his passport. Okay. Can you just get it? I don't know what to tell you. It's your passport. That doesn't make any sense. Can you just go get? Can you get? Okay. So no, you can't get it. Okay. Can you just like apply for a stolen or lost passport, a new passport? I mean, passports we have to get every 4 years anyway. You lost it? Okay. No, that's not an option. I mean, okay. As a thief in the night, do you want us to like sneak in like cat burglars into your father-in-law's like suite or whatever, his apartment, and find it? I watched Gentlemen Prefer Blondes the other night with my dad, and that's like one of the hijinks that happen, and it's just like something you don't see a lot of, like people like sneaking into like someone's place and like, but if it was yours, if it was something that you needed and it was yours, like your passport, I would have absolutely no problem walking into like, well, the problem, of course, is like not being detected, but sneaking into someone's house. I like the idea of having justified anarchy, justified civil, like a little like naughtiness. This is like probably stuff I should never say, but okay, whatever, God bless. So Oh, Lisa's here. I didn't look in. I'm so sorry, my loves. I started talking and then I was like, oh, I wonder if who else is in the room now. Hi, Tamela. Tamela, that's beautiful. Hi. Hi, Mahalo. Ahu checking in. Lisa. Yes, thank God. Hi, Aaron. Oh, Venus. Yeah, he's not proactive. So we're obviously talking about Jenny and Sumit. So like Nepal's not an option because Sumit's just not going to get his passport, even though it's his and he has ownership of it. And so and obviously, he's not going to marry Jenny, which would be like the solve of all solves. And Jenny keeps obviously laying it on hard that it's crazy that he won't do that. And we're all kind of like, it's crazy as well. And we're like, Jenny, like, how far is this going to go? So then, my loves, they go to an immigration lawyer to find out their options. Okay. And this lawyer, when he sees that he's meeting with a Jenny and a Sumit and a camera crew, he gives like an office style take to camera. He's like, sit down. Okay. So these are the options for Jenny to get the ability to live in India for however long she wants. For some reason, not like getting married. One, renouncing her American citizenship, which she, thank you God, is like, no. There's a moment where we're like, is Jenny gonna be like, well, I guess I don't live there anymore, but like, thank God this woman, has like an ejection of logic. And she's like, no, I've like paid into my Social Security, my benefits. I can't just not live there anymore. I'm just not going to give up my citizenship. My kids live there, my grandkids. And at one point, okay, I'm sorry, like I realized I have to wipe this because I always move my computer with my hand, like at the exact moment where my camera is. And then it's just blurry. And I look back at the videos and I'm like, what's wrong with me? And it's like just smudged. Okay. Truly. So it's like, I don't want to give you like soap opera filters. It's just literally like smudgy McSpudge. So we're like, Jenny, thank you so much. Sumit, by the way, when offered like her to give up her American citizenship, he's not like, babe, no, I'll just marry you. Like he was like, great. Does that mean I have to marry her? Okay. Like, which brings me to this funny Instagram that I found and just wanted to show you. Honey. Okay. Hi, baby boo. Tay, you did not miss much. I thought she might consider it. Glad she didn't. Me too, Linda, but she like didn't. Okay. Okay, Tamela. What did I say? Tamala? Yeah, that makes sense. Tamala. Okay. That's called breaking and entering. And I was about to tell you the story, by the way, which was like so dumb of me not, but like I finished it, which is that, okay, well, I'll just tell you, God bless. But it's like, if you see Popo and they cart me away, it's because one of you told the story, which is fine. I one time broke into an old house of mine. I was younger, and it was my favorite house we had lived in when I was younger than this moment, and both of them are young. But there was this house that my parents bought and then I lived in, and it was a house that they like got divorced in. I'm like whispering because my dad's in the next room. It was the house my parents lived in. Then they got divorced, and then at the end of the divorce 2 years later, because it was long, right, the house had to get sold so they could divide the assets. And it was very traumatic for me because I really loved this house. Okay. I love this house so much. And you should not get tied to material possessive things because it's nothing's lasting or real. And that is the absolute takeaway. But in a youth part of me, at one point, my loves, I just broke into it. Years later, was like, this is my house. I want to see what it's like. I want to be inside. Now, it was under construction. I could tell a little bit, I think. No one was home. And this has a lot of privilege. And it was a very safe part of town. And this is what happened. No, this was before cameras. This is before Nest. This was back in the day. Statute limitations are out. And it was so crazy to go back. And although this wasn't right, I did it because I thought, oh, it's my home, right? It's mine. It's not. Anyway, what what a tangent, my loves. So it is called break and entering, but I did it, and I wouldn't do it again. Oh, Glow Popper, hi. Oh yes. Okay. So then this lawyer's like, okay, so no to the denouncing your American citizenship, and she's like, no, God bless. I love Jenny. And then, I mean, in this moment, and then she's like, he's like, well, is there any other option? And the lawyer's like, well, there's one technical option, ISKCON. And I mean, listen, I think maybe I don't know. I feel like maybe like what, like 20% of fans or people who watch 90 Day will be like, I know what that is, but I'm sure there's like 80 people like me, 80% that were like, huh, what, come again? Is a con? That's the technical way to get around the visa thing? Makes sense. But no, ISKCON stands for the Hare Krishna beautiful sect of Hinduism. It's a long thing for that. I didn't write it whole down. I looked it up. It's like, I didn't write it. It's like, that's the words for it. Okay. So Hare Krishna, which I mean, like, they describe them in the show as being like, those people that like shout Hare Krishna, like in the towns or whatever. And like, I think I've seen them and they kind of wear white turbans, like, and they're I've seen people of like many different colors, like getting into it. And I feel like they wear like linen outfits, like breathable linen cotton natural garments, with like, yes, white, maybe like turbans, and like usually makeup free faces. And I feel like they usually eat like super healthy, if not vegan. And I don't know if you ever heard this story, but I worked at a vegan organic restaurant. What? I don't know, but there's a famous story, but I won't tell you about that one. But I will tell you that in the lifetime of me working at this organic vegan restaurant, I definitely like served many Hare Krishnas. And they were always so sweet and so nice. Horrible tippers, but usually everyone is. No, I was kidding. I'm so happy to see my bays. Okay. So, here's the thing. Jenny is like, what? Huh. So wait, what do I have to do? And she's like, do I have to like travel the globe and try and get people to join? And they're like, no. It's basically, you don't do anything. It's like that thing where if you ever want to like be like a minister to like marry someone, you can go to the Universal Life Church online and in 3 steps, honey, you're a minister. I know I am one, but how like it's just like, just tell me you want to do that. That's what it is. I think it's kind of like maybe 1 step more than that, because she doesn't seem like she's really going to have to take on any sort of beliefs. And she says, my loves, that she's never been super religious. And, Sumit calls her a free spirit, which, okay. And which is so funny because like, besides the fact she looks like she could like get into a Hare Krishna thing. I mean, she looks like she's down for some sort of like theme or costume anyway. It looks like cedar trees, which makes me really, really happy. I mean, this is just like a sight, all parts of it. The lanyard, VIP COVID thing, like her K95 mask, But I'm going to tell you this right now, because I like anytime I don't have to say something mean about someone. She has great hair. I mean, great hair. It's like it's beautiful texture. It's a little thin, but I mean, who cares? Like nothing like a halo piece couldn't, give a little volume to if she wanted. Look at the color of it. I mean, she's been living in India for like how long? So what I'm telling you is this is her natural hair color? It's just like this tonal blonde? Or is this gray that she just dyes some sort of like box, but it looks great on her blonde? That's what I need to know. Or are you going to tell me that she found like the balayage, the like blonde, painty, blonde stylist, honey, my love's like, in India? Who's how does she have this hair color? I need to look in the comments. guys are just checking in with each other. My weekend has been good. You guys just like, I love you guys so much. Okay, well, yeah. Oh, you picked up two new clients to train. Oh my God. Honey, I'm trying to get back on my trainer life too. In my trainer life, I'm like trying to we can talk about this afterward. Do Peloton more and then log my food using my plate is a good thing for me to do. Okay, so I see in the next episode, honey, is just gonna like have to go try out that Hare Krishna thing, you know, like I think of like spiritual songs that say Hare Krishna afterward and stuff like that. You know, it's like I I mean, yeah, it's a form of Hinduism. And you know, if you are interested in Eastern religion, if you are interested in living in those like Buddhist countries or the Hindu countries, I mean, it's a great to study a beautiful form of spirituality that a lot of them, your fellow countrymen, know. I mean, if that's how easy it is, honey, look, if he's not going to marry you, honey, he's not going to marry you. And in that Uno tweet, as I showed you, he's not marrying her, honey. He will just keep drawing. What other option is? Oh, there's another option besides marry you? Then that's the option. On his, like, when his parents are dead, he's not going to marry her. That's horrible. But I mean, come on. Okay, let's get on to Binion and Ariella, honey. So, you know, she's getting ready for her ex-husband to come stay with them, Leandro, and she has no problem making it completely obvious, not only to Binyam, but us, that she don't give a fuck about Binyam or how he feels or making him feel comfortable or not awkward or not weird at all. She's like, I'm going to get my nails done. I'm going to get like everything done. Honey, look at me. Yes. Just like getting everything fresh. Just like really making sure my clothes look good. I'll do my cut crease, eye makeup. Don't even worry about it. He also lets us know that the ring that he used to ask her to get married, the engagement ring, is like less than $1 value-wise. That makes him feel a certain type of way. Probably also because her family is, you know, like at least, listen, honey, at least able to provide like a 2-story home and a nanny, you know, so in his country. So I don't know how to say this, right? So it's just, yeah, it's just like it's a sad situation. I don't like what she's doing. And I feel like we're supposed to believe that she's doing it, even though she hasn't really hammered it home. She's kind of like hinted at it, that she's doing all of this because he's left her alone many nights, partying with his friends, and she feels upset by this, like he's maybe cheating on her, and or like this feels like some payback for that. So she's going to parade her ex-husband / best friend around in front of him, give, you know, her boyfriend like the child a hold, you know, and be like, don't you love Leandro like I did? This is your new daddy, you know, like, or whatever. Like, it's super awkward. It's I'm just like looking at what I put down here. It's just, yeah, it's super awkward and really disrespectful. Yeah, I guess I just find it so like mean of her to do it, and also like crazy. Like truthfully, whenever they kind of talk about her life and the trajectory she's had so far, she sounds like the kind of girl that I would be like at a party with, you know, and just be like, at first, some nice, warm person would be like, yeah, like start a conversation. Like maybe you're like at the bar. You're like, okay, yeah. Cause you can talk to me and I'm a talker, believe it or not. You know, like you really have to give me like one warm vibe, honey. And I'm like off to the races. There's been many a time where I'll just be like, yeah. Like talk to like some person. And I'm going to use the word girl in this situation because even though Ariella is a woman and she's had a child, there's a girl energy to this kind of like warm, but like kind of like frantic, a little like nervous energy that you think is like being nice at first. And then you realize that like the eye contact is either happening sporadically and around the room, or so intently that it's almost too much, or you can't, there's not like a happy medium. And she starts telling you stories about her life. And then you realized in the stories, honey, that she's crazy. It's always just like, I did this like bananas thing that was like putting my life in jeopardy or other people's lives. And it's like being young. And you're like, that's toxic. No. That's nope. That's not something that I would ever trust around me. Not anyone I love. Nope. I'm cool. Tap out. Thank you so much for telling me now. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you, God. Like, sometimes you're just like, did I already give her my Instagram? Oh, thank God. Did she my last name? Oh, true. Okay, right. How fast can I get out of this? It's been so fun talking to you. No, I mean, what a kismet situation. Oh my God, I totally forgot because you're like so much fun, but I have to go back to my friends. They're going to be like, where is Natasha? Yep, so I gotta go, and she's just like, bye. And I'm like, just like, thank God I didn't say my name. So anyway, I'm just sorry, going back to Ariel and Binyam. So one thing is like, how come in so many vans across the world people put shirts on the seats? It's because the seats are like stained, but sometimes the seats have, or like maybe they have holes in them because the fabric is usually black, and then they put on some like insane shirt that like goes over the headrest. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, small details. When they came back with Leandro, I was like, who's watching the baby? And I was like, oh yeah, Mimi, the star of the show. Like honestly, like what we would do without Mimi, I can't believe it. And then that's when AB gets in the arms of a Leandro, and then Ariel like loses her mind, being like, you guys like each other, and then that baby's like, let me take this glass and touch, they're bad, and like the funny thing was, Binion was like those classes either. Binion was like, yeah, he came in and he was just like not really like American. Like I was like, what does American like mean? Like fat, husky, like meaty? And what Americans are you meeting? Anyway, so Binyam's like, oh, Leandro's like nerdy, and then that baby was like, nerdy! Take those glasses off. Okay. I'm like all over the place a little bit with my notes. Okay, that's where I'm going, my loves. Okay. Alina and Steven with a V. Wait. Oh, I forgot about this. Oh my God. Why'd I have it? Thank God I looked down, Lupe. Thank God you walked in the room. And if you guys don't believe in God or the way the universe works in some sort of magical way, know in this moment it works. Because I almost forgot about this part. And if I hadn't looked down and Lupe hadn't come in the room. Great. Okay. Has Chris mentioned Leandro gifting the bras yet? That was my what the fuck moment of the night. Great. So this is another, I guess, you know what? It was just so obvious. This is why I didn't bring it up. It felt so obvious to me that Ariella was just doing everything so much. She was doing so much, too much, all the words and all the gestures to make Binyam feel awkward and Leandro feel, I don't know, like she still wants to be with him. Like she thought she made like the biggest mistake of her life because, this is her best friend, the only person that can just buy her bras. Basically, she's saying, it's hard to find the bras of her size and the quality that she wants. And so she just like gets her ex-husband to like bring her bras. I've already thought that everything she's done is tacky. Like I have old school mentalities when you get into relationships. I mean, do I or do I not? Maybe you tell me, is this, I feel like no person in the world, unless you're, and God bless, the only thought is like, if you want to be in a polyamorous relationship where she wants both men to be living in this big ass house with Mimi and the baby, which what a sitcom, and I'll sign me up. Talk about Family de Chantel or Libby's stupid ass family, like that could be it. And only for Mimi's sake. And I like Abby. I think Binyam's okay. But she's doing so much to disrespect her relationship. the respect that you have for your significant other, that you would never make them feel uncomfortable in your house, the father of your baby and the mother of your baby, either one. If he was doing any of this to her, if he, I mean, I'm like, if he brought in his ex-wife and then she brought him underwear and he was like giving her the baby, being like, whatever, like you would just, it wouldn't happen. Like, or if it happened, we would have like a beast, like Kill the Beast style from Beauty and the Beast, like village marching with fire sticks to come get, the baby and the woman out of that situation, because it's like beyond. And so I don't appreciate it here. So yeah, I don't think I would be like considered like overly traditional to be like, you don't go outside the respect levels of your relationship with your like most significant other by doing that, no matter who your best friend is. And especially if your best friend is your ex of any way. I mean, it's grounds for a divorce. um Okay, I'm gonna say Penelope. Ariel is such a spoiled brat by her parents, both supporting them all. I mean, yeah, someone else up there said that. Okay, I don't know. Penelope, yeah, Ariel's so weird. She was married 10 years with her ex, never had kids, and then divorced him to go find himself. Yeah, like this is like, so, obviously she got married super young, which we know, which was Leandro or whatever. They like, grow up together, and then they're like, this is what they reveal. Relationship is decaying, and he's like, move with me here, and she's like, no, I just want to go find myself, but doesn't break up with him, but then goes to Africa and like meets Binyam, and like cut to now. Energetically, there's a messiness that makes me feel like she isn't honest with what she wants, and she is fake with fake, immature, and or toxic to like other people, because she's like doing something, whether she's like trying to fulfill some whole by being adventurous and being carefree and being wild, or was not given, like for some reason, any sort of ability to like have a passion enough in this world to like know what she's supposed to do with her life besides travel, meet men, form relationships with them. I mean, if you can make that some sort of like business, great. I mean, that, I guess, is a business if you can just sell some sort of product. But other than that, it's like she's gonna leave, but you're just like, oh, you're just like a fickle little fairy, honey. You'll fly from like, it's like a little bee, but she's like, it's just not it. I vote immature and entitled. Yeah, she's just, she gives me horrible vibes. I mean, like she's not someone. I don't know that I feel like this is what I would say. If he is treating her so horribly when the cameras are gone, when she was like there with the baby, if Binion was just going out night after night, coming home drunk or not coming in home at all, or smelling like a woman's perfume, then you have got to let us know that that is what it is. And you are coming at this with that intent and that energy, because it's hard for us to be like, what? He just sometimes goes out. Yeah, he's a dude. And you're just like, yes, it's awkward for you because you're in a different country, but like, this is exactly what you picked. This is how your life turned out, because you literally picked this life. We just got done hearing about how you just like left your husband with like really like no like warning or like anything. You made a bed. It was a queen size bed. But you made a bed, and this is a bed you're like lying in. But like, why are you treating your husband or your engaged husband so horribly? It's that like she's trying to show off to her ex-husband so much. Going back to the bras, which I like, this is what made me, I already had stopped talking about this couple, and then I tried to move on, and then whatever. But like, how hard is it to get bras there? Can you Alibaba some bras? Like, no. And what kind of bras did he bring? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a curvy girl. Okay? Curvy girl. I got some boobs. And what I'm saying is, my bras are important. They are important. Okay. If I was in a country where I could not find bras to fit me, knowing that I need a certain amount of structure and strength, I would at least, if this was the only option, be like, Binyam, this is so awkward, but like, let me just tell you about this whole situation, honey. Baby Bill, I got them 34Fs, right? 34F, babe. And like the local, market, like they just like, I can't, like they can't. It's not an over the shoulder boulder holder that I need, the kind of thing I need. So because Leandro is coming, I haven't done it yet because I know it's awkward, but I wanted to run it by you if you'd be okay with him bringing me some bras. Like you can send the text or you can be there as I tell him black 34Fs or whatever the hell I want to call them. Whack hole. Get the ones. Notori would be a great whack hole, Notori, any of those brands. Go to Nordstrom's if you want. Just get them delivered to the Nordstrom local by you. You can just pack it. Anyway, this would be really great for me. Is this chill? But just to be like, what? He bought me lingerie. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal. And it's crazy for you to think it isn't. So I think I'm just joining this conversation. Oh yeah, you guys are talking about Ari. Yeah. None of her story adds up. Screenshot, I think, list her age. Oh, Screen Rant, list her age. Oh yeah, Screen Rant, my love. I'm so sorry. I know you're talking about the website. Screen Rant, list her age of 28. And if so, how was she married for 10 years and how long did they break up? She said she got married at like 17 or 19? I don't know, my love, but that is a good one. The BS is Ari having that heart-to-heart with her ex in front of Binyam. Benny didn't want to hear her talk about how she was holding out hope of getting back with her ex. Basically, I know. Does he still dance with his ex? Like, that's what I'm saying, Nicole. Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But if you're asking that because you want to know whether Ari is gels, and that's making this happen, I would like to know that too, Nicole. I think it's a really great point. Oh, Mickey's here. Oh, Jacqueline. Wait, Chantel, Chris, you are welcome. Okay, Mickey. On my birthday, my ex-business partner went to my house where my parents were babysitting and stuffed a new bra with helium balloons into my bedroom. Wait, on my birthday, my ex's business. Oh, your ex's. Oh, so while you're dating, and I know who you are, Mickey, so you're some dude. It was a female partner, went to the house where your parents are babysitting and stuffed a new bra with helium balloons in my. Yeah, that's just tacky. Like, that's tacky. I don't believe in it. Like that's. You don't do that. It's not respectful. It's not respectful across the board. And it's like, obviously very inappropriate and just like, it's disrespectful to both people, to everyone involved. You disrespect your friend, you disrespect their lover, to stand for such behavior is, and not say anything and not be like, you absolutely can't do that. Don't come into a room and give me a bra. That's not appropriate. Like, everything about it has to suddenly have an act happen. So, and that is, I think, important. I think it's important to, okay, how there is something to be said for, and I love you guys so much, and this is like my little deep dive. Okay. How there's this thing where if you say, someone will be like, hey, are you free Friday after work? And you're in your mind like, technically, yes. But my time, that's okay. But now, are you asking me if I'm available? Yes. Am I available for you? Not necessarily. Yes, that time is mine. And I know you're right. I'm not at work. But the boundary is you don't have that time. That's my time. So you respect my life and my choices enough to know that, you don't have ownership of that. You can just like tell me what to do. So in the same way, if someone does that to your relationship, you have to be like, no, you can't. It's a huge line to cross. This is My thing over here that you don't have access to, you're not privy to, you're over there, my love. You are over there. And whether at some time earlier in our lives you felt like you were over here, or at some point later you wish you were over here, that's not what's happening now. Me and this person here. So yeah. I just feel like, Sir Anthony, I just read this on Instagram or whatever earlier. It's like that, because people will claim ownership of your availability as if your availability means your time is theirs. You're available suddenly to them. Your free time, which of course, having free time doesn't necessarily mean you're doing nothing. It actually means, of course, that like, oh, I'm actually going to do all my laundry I need to do. How crazy I can actually prep food. I actually have to go through my kitchen, and I definitely, whatever it is, that's okay. It's a bunch of cleaning things I said, but like go through bills and throw old papers away. Okay, that's still cleaning, my loves. Like work out. So I didn't work out, or just do a yoga class, or just take a bath. I think I want to take a 2-hour bath on Friday night. And so, no, yeah, if you want me to accompany you to some stupid band playing because you have a crush on some blobbity blue or whatever, no, I'm not available. I have a 2-hour bath scheduled with a bath professional who's very expensive. You're just like, like that's kind of that thing where you're just like trying to make up excuse after excuse when you don't have to. And the times in which you can get better at knowing your time is yours, you don't have to justify it. You don't even have to say anything. It's just, oh, no, thank you. Unfortunately, I'm not available. I won't be available. Not even unfortunately. I'm not available. Okay, let's take a look. Let's talk about a script really quickly, and then we'll go on. Hey, what are you doing Friday night? Hey, are you busy Friday night? Busy is a different word. I wouldn't say busy. I would say I'm refreshing and regrouping and working on some home projects. Oh, do you want to come see Blobbity Blue Band? Blobbity Blue Band. They go on at 11:35. $30 cover. 2-drink minimum. Oh, it's like this really cool band. They're kind of like EDM, like grunge garage, death EDM. No, literally, I'll just like, I guess I'll be in my house for the rest of my life, because and also we're not friends anymore, because how dare you invite me to this? And no, absolutely not. Here's a boundary. We're not friends. You don't know me. You never knew me to invite me to that. Ugh. I just tell people I already have a commitment, and then I do not explain it. Yeah, it's like, but you know what it is? Maturity is being able to confidently put a period at the end of the sentence without question or feeling like you have to justify it. Oh, I already have a commitment that night. Even my little look at the end, someone to justify. Sorry. But at least I got my intonation to go down at the end. Oh, sorry, I have something to do that night. It's not it, right? Oh, I'm already committed that evening. Sounds fun. Never. Sounds fun if I was never going to do everything again. It's my death row night. I'd probably be like, I'll stay in it. I'd rather stay in and just think about my whole life. Okay, so by the way, I'm like laughing because I haven't talked about the show too much, and I'm about to be like, oh, will you like this video? Will you like and thumbs up this video of this person barely talking about the show? I'd really appreciate it. Alina and Steven with a V. So Disney music, honey, Crown. I don't have to tell you, like they started off like with, I'm like, it was like this music that was like, is this straight up Beauty and the Beast? It was like, this is a copyright infringement. I feel like I'd heard it before. But we get to meet Alina and her life, and she lives with her mother and her grandmother, and her mom looks super young, and her grandmother looks super young, and what great genes they have. And, they're all Russian Orthodox, which we're like pros in that religion now, right? And so, not so much are they Mormons. Do they know any Mormons, honey, in where they live? So, it's brought up again that they feel like Mormons do dark things or dark-ish, which is like organ, I'm so sorry to laugh. Retrieval, black market organ shit. Oh, I forgot. Hey, thank you so much for this super chat. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. My first super chat of the night. Yes. I really appreciate it. That's really kind. You're the best. It's very generous. That is when they say men should offer 3 dates and times. They know that if the person is understood, I do that setting with times. Oh, yeah, talking about the dating situation. Okay, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so everyone keeps hitting home the fact that Alina and Steven have only met once in their whole life for 2 weeks, and that's it. And one of the themes of this episode is going to be people meeting with their friends like, what? Don't do what you're thinking about doing, which is giving up everything to go somewhere else. Don't do it. And like the person just being like, I'm gonna do it. Alina has this friend and this other friend, 2 friends. One friend is wearing yellow sweater, and I love her. And the other friend's totally chill too. The other friend is wearing like massive amounts of makeup, which is fine. It's like, well, they're just quite a different pair. Oh, okay, let's talk about it. Are these like, this is perfect casting for like what feels like a high school best friend duo to the main character, in this case, Alina. It's like, I am the girl in the yellow sweatshirt. Okay, I'm 100% this girl. I feel like and by the way, I love her. And by the way, when I say I'm 100% her, this girl's gorgeous. But I just feel like I tucked in my sweatshirts then. I feel like we have a similar shaped stomach and waist. Like I feel like I love that hair, that little tendril. And then look over to the other lady with the severe makeup, those eyebrows. Like, it's so very intense. And you know what? I just love it. Honey, I love every part of it. It is Wednesday from the Addams Family, but it's like, what fun they all have together. And I feel like definitely the advice they give their girl is sound. So they obviously care about her, because both girls are basically like, this is dumb. They're the her or me's of the scene, right? To their girl, that are basically being like, do not do it. But before they get to that, they're like, okay, so you're going to get together, and then what's going to happen? And Alina's like, don't ask me that. Like, my mom asked me that. And the friend in the yellow is like, yeah, but girl, like, basically, you're like, bone. Come on, you're going to bone. You're going to have sex. And she's like, no, we're not going to have sex. Like, and then we get to hear the sex thing, which is she's never had sex. Alina's never had sex. Totally chill. Totally normal. It's just not happened for her. It's not for any other reason. She's not uber, or at least it doesn't seem like she's following an uber religious chastity situation, just happened that way. But when she met Stephen with a V, they were kind of like, well, let's just like go with this thing, because, I'm like real Mormon, and one of the tenements of the church is definitely no cohabitation, which we'll talk about, but no premarital sex. So let's just keep each other, pure for each other, blah, blah, blue. And she's like, great, that sounds great. And he's like, cool, cool, cool. And by let's keep it pure starting from now, right? Because I've already boned. His secret is, honey, he's boned everyone. Let me take this off. He didn't stop boning. That Steven just like loved himself some ladies. And you're being like, Steven, how did he get so many women? Well, Steven, Steven like can turn it out sometimes. And plus Steven like has his magic juice. Did you see how much Simply Orange she was having? I should have taken a picture, because it just in one video chat, I was just like, oh, he goes through, I'm sure, gallons of Simply Orange by the day, by the gallon, by the day, gallons by the day. And it's high pulp. I hate myself. You love me. So, let me go back to these girls. They're like, okay, so tell us about this, saving yourself situation. And she's like, yeah. Well, I'm saving myself. Also, one time, Steven wanted to like date other girls. And we're like, what do you mean date other girls? And Alina's like, no, he wanted to like date other women. And we're like, but do you mean, no, I'm sorry, Alina, do you mean he wanted to date slash. And are you saying that he did that because you live there and he lives there and he wanted to get that out? And is he having sex with the other woman? Or are you just saying that he just wanted to like sometimes take other women out? And why didn't Steven tell us this? And then her best friends are like, okay, this is what you do, girl. And this is how you do it. You have to get like an actress or something to like seduce him to see if he's going to like cheat on you. You know, like get a fake profile, cheater style. Listen, Yellow Sweatshirt can do it, honey. She got a lot of pics. Put up a hot ass picture and then we'll like flirt with him and we'll see if he's like, going to cheat on you. And Alina's like, no. And we're like, listen, if you want to make your storyline interesting, I would really hop in the bandwagon of your two best friends because these girls already look like their characters on TV. They know what they're doing. For some reason, Alina, you don't, truly not. Like she is just going to go get baptized and then like really feel like she's going to go live her life in Turkey, a place she's never lived before with some dude, again, that she met once for 2 weeks, period, the end. He's a whole different religion. And up until meeting him, she thought that religion specifically would cut organs out of people and sell them on the black market. Okay. So then she hops on the FaceTime with good old Steven with a V, and like they start to go over their plans, honey. I'm surprised that she's not like, Steven, remember when you cut your hair when we were together that one time? I liked it. Whatever. We took all those pictures. He's like, yeah. Anyway, so Steven's like, okay, little surprise. When we go to Turkey, I got us 2 places. You have an apartment. I'm staying in a hostel because I have no money, which I'm not saying is a bad thing, which isn't a great thing, which isn't the most ideal thing, which sucks for him that he has to stay in a hostel while she has an apartment. I'm sure that it's not horrible to stay in hostels if you do your research, which I'm hoping that he does. And I think it's easier for men, young men, single young men to stay in hostels. And just really, I can't ever do it. I don't think I could do it. Anyway, so, but you know what? It's because I haven't had to. Anyway, this is an awkward conversation. She's mad that he won't stay with her, right? And he is like, I don't want to stay with you because I want to make sure that you are super pristine for when we get married, which will hopefully be in a month or 2, or we'll see. And I won't be submit for you, don't worry. But then after that, we'll live together and we can bone. And I just don't want to accidentally have sex with you. She's like, you can't accidentally have sex with me. Like, it's like in the middle of the night, you're just going to fall into my vagina. He's like, you're very attractive. Now, this is a horrible conversation because we're like, we don't understand exactly what this means. Like, are you saying that? I mean, I don't know. The truth is, I don't like this whole thing where like one person, in this case, the man, can't control their sexual urges and that the women are always supposed to. I will be honest in that it's very hard for me to control my sexual urges, but not in a sense where I would never like be on someone in a non-consenting way. I don't know. It was just obviously a very awkward conversation. So you can't accidentally have sex. And she was definitely like, I don't want to be in a foreign country by myself. That's scary. And he was like, this is the way. You need to be pristine, even though I'm not. It's a double-edged sword that he has to be so perfect with her and she has to be so perfect with him when he's just, marinated in a bunch of like dirty ass sin before. The dirtiest. He just got it on so much. Look at him. Steven with a V, honey. He got it in. He lived a life. That's why he's done. She has no idea what's coming. I bet he's packing. You're grossed out. As I look down, numbers just falling out of the room, just like pissed, 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 pissed. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Okay. Corey and Evelyn. I don't care. What is it? I don't care. And then I moved on, but I won't. Okay, so two of our couples. So if two of our couples are in the I'm telling my friends what's happening and they're trying to talk me out of it phase, then two of our other couples are in the let's plan our wedding phase because we've already been on the season before, and so like we're in this boat. And that would of course be Armando and Kenny that we'll get into right after Corey and Evelyn, which is that they're planning their wedding, honey, and he has to pay for everything because in Ecuador, honey, that's what it is. That's the custom. The man pays for everything, you know? If I was an American dude, I would look for an American wife. Just kidding. Corey must have really not been able to find anyone in America, honey. Like, you know, I mean, he couldn't find one nice girl who had a family who could pay for a wedding, who maybe had one sister who liked you. But instead, Corey got obsessed with this very nice looking lady in a different country whose parents and family isn't rich, who has cheated on him and sort of hates him, whose family also hates him, who he is now having to pay for this wedding, even though he started a business with her, which I'm sure is like something that was really nice for her at the time. I mean, this person really hates himself. Oh my goodness, look at the super chat. Thank you so much. Master of Blackjack channel. Yes, this super chat is for selfish reasons. I did my YouTube credit card. The last one got jacked and someone charged, what? Someone charged $471 to a salon across the country. Well, is it Jenny? Because listen, if that's how Jenny got this hair color, you said across the country, so I know it's not India. But I do want to know like what hair color and like what salon. But thank you so much. That is a very lovely, very generous super chat. And if it's the selfish reason, honey, of having to test your credit card, that's fine. If anyone ever has to test their credit cards, you're welcome to use my super chat button. The least I could do. No, thank you so much. That's so sweet. Yay, you guys. Everything with Evelyn is transactional. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just like, it looks so horrible. And what a horror, just like they look like they have such a horrible relationship. And having said that, I forgot to say this, but I think I screenshot it and put it to Vanity Farah, which is my private Facebook group, but I forgot. Oh, there's all this drama about it online. Them. Oh my goodness gracious. Where did I have to go to, did I post it from my computer? Maybe I did. Anyway, there's drama about them, which I'm going to tell you about and read to you about. This is crazy. It's not crazy. It's just that it's right there. Okay. I did that. Okay. This is this. Give me 1 second. Save photo. And then I go back and I go here, and then I sign up. Okay, I don't like Corey and Evelyn as a couple. This is my first time watching them. It's just that there's really no joy to be had in the relationship. It's kind of like a Lida, like, and like just like a ho-hum dude, where it's like, this isn't fun. You're not a fun couple. And there's no like people around you keeping it fun. Like you're boring, and then you just have like annoying bitchy family members. Oh, that's not it. Okay, let's get into this. Corey uploads. As the season continues, I would just ask the bloggers, viewers, be respectful towards Evelyn. Regardless if we are in a relationship or not, I will always care about her. Online bullying really can break the strongest of people and mentally hurt them. It's not okay. As my dad always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, then say nothing at all. So please honor his words for me. Thanks. Next slide. Also, understand she's had to deal with this for years. It isn't easy, and no person should have to go through the amount of online bullying that Evelyn has. Just please think twice before saying anything negative. If you are a big supporter of her, let her know that you care. Okay, so then the bottom screenshot is her Instagram, and it says, thanks to everyone reaching out to show support, but know that this he did, wait, know that this he did is just for attention. He doesn't care. You should see what he is doing right now. He doesn't care whatsoever about my mental health, even though he knows I'm in pieces. It's a shame that he goes on IG to be all nice when the reality is way different. They want to do it. They want to keep something for us. They're trying to like make something happen, but like I feel like they're stuck in this life together, like in some sort of like soul toxic, hamster wheel together. Okay. So they're at the beach and they're talking to a wedding planner about the wedding or whatever. And she obviously, Evelyn's been like, you're paying for everything. And, Corey's like, okay, okay, I will, God bless his voice so high. And so they're going over things. And Corey then says, my brother had a wedding for $5,000. And this is a third world country. So in Corey's mind, he is straight up like, how much is the wedding going to be? 2,300? Your brother had a wedding for $5,000. What kind of wedding? I mean, listen, what kind of wedding? $5,000. If there's a park and a taco truck and a universal life minister, sure, $5,000, and you didn't have to buy any suits. You just wore what you had. And somehow, well, yeah, the park had park benches, so there wasn't any tables to rent. The taco truck, it's $5,000 for the taco truck. I mean, I don't have to tell you, like $5,000 for is a wet. No, I mean, I don't have to tell you. I keep saying I don't have to tell you because it was truly shocking. When I was I don't know why I keep telling stories. When I was a senior in high school, we had to do one of those like budget things to make up your own wedding, where I had to go and price check like what's the cheapest wedding I could do or whatever. And that at that time, okay, so I am doing an assignment when I'm in high school, and I do want to tell you the date, but like also screw you and absolutely not. But let's just say it was a long time ago. At that time, the cheapest wedding I could find was $10,000. And that was me having gone to like the Jessica McClintock store, to their like clearance rack, and being like, there's some bridesmaid dresses. Did I just age myself by saying Jessica McClintock? I just can't believe your bro had a $5,000 wedding. So Kenny Armando, pick up where that is. So Kenny Armando are planning their wedding, but they have more taste, because Kenny has more money and they have more taste, and money doesn't buy class, as Ken Luen say. But in this case, Kenny Armando have class and money, so God bless. Now Armando's dad, we realize, does not know they're getting married. He didn't know before, and he still doesn't know. Doesn't quite know. It's always been, like a whole touchy subject with the sexuality thing. So we're not excited to like have that conversation. We would hope the dad at this point kind of gets it. But what's the best that we could hope for? The dad to smile, like at the wedding, be there at the wedding and smile. I think the dad would do it. The grandfather would do it for La Niña. So they go meet their wedding planners, and they have like a cute gay couple wedding planner. And because of the fact that they're a gay couple and they don't have like all of the, I don't know. They don't have all like maybe what I assume like the protective laws over discriminatory practices in America that I guess we do. Not that we have the best ones, but in this case, I'm happy that they have a gay wedding planner, so that they, exactly what they talked about, be able to have access to vendors that aren't discriminatory. And so we get to meet Carlos, who's interpreting, a super cute interpreter and Hugo of the wedding planner business. And it seems like it's already going to be a lovely affair. I mean, I know it's like they were talking about, how many people, and it's crazy for Kenny to think that he's going to have a wedding with 50 people. Maybe in his mind, he's like, but Armando's family, like, if dad doesn't know we're even getting married, like, who's going to come to this wedding? But you have to understand culturally that, like, if you're having a party, you're having a party. People are coming. People stay for parties. People want a party. People stay hungry for parties. People want a party. People put on the calendars party. Carlos is like 50 people is a barbecue. An impromptu, spontaneous barbecue. You were just at like, playing, honey, you were like around the town. You're like, come back to my house, 50 people. So they're thinking around 200. We'll see. I can't wait to, I want my wedding planner conversations to be 100% less numbers and 1,000,000,000% more colors. I'm like, what colors is it? What colors do you guys want? Do you want some like greens and yellows? I don't know. Evelyn, you want some blues? I'm a bitch. Oh, good night, Sir Anthony. Have a good one. Oh, yes. Okay, but the final couple is the best one that I saved. I went and honey saved the best for last, and that is Ellie, and that is Victor. Yes, Ellie and Victor. Yes, I am like, come on. So Ellie, of course, is our lovely lady from Seattle, my loves, who owns a pizza place, and she has very curly hair. And she met Victor while on vacation. She lives in Providencia, and she's really into him. Backstory. He cheated on her. Bad luck. She now wants to go live with him, and she is selling her whole life. Everything that she's created up until this point. All her sources of stability. Now, here's something I'm going to say. Everyone here is like, don't do it. Don't do it. She's a business owner, and she's done it. And she's lived through, a horrific tragedy, as we talked about in episode 1, which is that, and just in case if anyone forgot or whatever, this is a crazy situation. But when she got married, her first time, like when she was young, she got married 11 months later. They were like vacationing in Atlanta. She wakes up, honey, and that husband of hers is horrible at me. He's dead right next to her in bed, okay? And she said it was revealed that he had overdosed on pills of some kind, whether that was like, I don't know. Anyway, neither here nor there to really talk about. So she has lived through that. She's built this business, and now she's like, she thinks she's 45, and I think that Victor's 38. And I think that she's like, I'm not as happy as I want to be. I've done what I'm supposed to do here, right? In Seattle. Like, I have a place. I have a vacuum sealer. I vacuum seal my spices, so it's obvious what kind of person I am, which is someone who's diligent. I built this pizza business. My pizzas look great. I have this nice circle of friends. So it isn't like I'm not capable. But this is what I feel like from intrinsically. This is not what she said, though, but this is what it is, right? I'm not happy. And I am risking my stability for the chance of being happy. And if I fail, so what? I'll come back. And I'll do it again. I've done it before. I can start a business. I know how to do it. I'm good at it. I know how to make pizza. I know how to run a restaurant. She's been giving Victor money. Finds out that that she has more money than him, that Victor knows that she's a business owner and therefore has more money, and that he's been building this house for them to live in. And she has given him about $5,000 to help renovate it. And she feels like this is okay because she's going to live in that house and she wants to make sure it's up to the standards. And everything she says, her friends aren't into, especially her or me. Her or me. I don't know why this is a horrible picture. Whose eye makeup is so specific. She does black eye makeup. It stops right there. Like not like no no cat eye, no eyeliner, just like bloop. Anyway, it's like garage lids of black and really heavy up here and not anything down there. Anyway, obviously, I think that I would wish that a little more would be happening, but only because I think she's so pretty and she has such cool hair. So, yeah, Ellie doesn't want to tell her friends anything. She's really, really embarrassed and somewhat ashamed. Okay, and it's obvious and it's really uncomfortable and it's real and authentic. This feels very real and authentic, right? In a way that Williams didn't. So now when I get a taste of it, because we are so starved by like authentic couples anymore, because this franchise has become such a huge hit that like people want to stay on that fame tail. It feels real and it's a little bit of a drug, I guess, in that way. That's why we like this show. So when we look at the house that Victor has been renovating for them to live in, there's basically nothing. Now, granted, we don't know exactly when they took that video because when we're looking through the house, and she's talking about the bathroom, there's, I mean, what looks like there's no plumbing, but there is a keyboard. So he looks like, like those are some very simple priorities. She is a grown-ass woman, so she has to understand how much simpler her comforts are going to be. Like Ariella had to know that too, right? Like all the girls know that, right? But to the extent, no, they don't know because they're ignorant or they're naive in some way. We also find out that Victor early on, Ellie didn't have a background check on Victor. She believes him. And that also early on in the relationship, he let her know that he had a domestic violence incident on his record. And that basically he walked in on the mother of his daughter and some person being intimate. And no other details were given. But except to say that they are friends now, and it seems to be some things have been forgiven. I mean, all her friends can do is just eat this yummy, healthy, Seattle-based hipster food that they've made for each other during this like dinner party with what looks like, so many bottles of wine to swallow down what their friends are saying. And just all they do is look over at this table at each other and they're just screaming with their eyes. Like I just like, like that's what I was. Like every time she'd be like, I didn't do a background check. Like there was a time that he came in a domestic violence situation because he walked in on his daughter's, mother, whatever, in a man. I give him $5,000 for the house. It's a lot. But then she starts to cry. And I think that her friends can feel the weight of her loneliness. She says, I wish I didn't tell anyone about Victor cheating on her, so neither of us would be getting the judgment. Yeah, she feels so ashamed and so judged by the choices that she's making due to not who also she's picking, but also I think having to show the hand, which is a very human hand, of how deeply lonely she has been. Because that deep loneliness is the instigating force to give up the life that you've created. Because the unspoken is that the deep loneliness keeps you from your happiness, which is worth more to you than your pizza business. You know what I'm saying? I think we all have, at Harmony, all have a lot of trepidation because we're just like, how could it go right? How? We want it to. We like you. You seem cool and we want you to be happy. But at the same, you're not even like an annoying white woman who are like, well, I'm not saying you're not annoying. Who knows? I mean, you're not even like what at least seems like going after someone for, well, I was going to say messed up reasons. Like Angela going after Michael for whatever reasons. But I would say we don't know anyone's true soul and what they look for in people. And I just got done, I think maybe I'm not a doctor, seeing and or projecting whatever I see on this woman and why she made the choices that she would make. I think that you guys are talking about her pizza place. I'm dead. Yelp gave it 4 out of 5, which means that pizza sucks. How do you get bad pizza? Pizza's like sex. Even when it's good, even when it's bad, it's still kind of good. I love you guys. Okay, so yeah, I think that if the profound loneliness is the reason why she's doing this, and not the fact that she's truly in love with this person, Victor, for who he is, and of course, that's not healthy either, and will also cause her to feel pain. I don't know the answer on how to cure being lonely or feeling unwhole or whatnot. So I think that like you can be like, well, just give back. Well, make some time with your friends. Well, start a new hobby, you know. But I think if given the opportunity to be with someone who makes you feel whole, then the times in which you aren't with that person, the emptiness is even louder. And I wonder for her if in the pandemic and in Seattle, when she wasn't with him, if just that emptiness became even louder. And just the juxtaposition of what awaited her on her 5 different trips to Providencia, as opposed to her empty apartment. It was an easy choice, I think, for her. And it wouldn't be for anyone else unless they were in it, because all we can see is what she's worked for. And it feels like she's giving it up. I mean, if I was her friend at this point, because I don't know if you know this or not, but I'm like studying to be a wealth manager. Ha ha ha. I would just be like, okay, if you're going to do it, if you're going to sell the money, sell your business, sell your stuff, you better put it into a very safe and stable account that is beating taxes and inflation. Live on as little as you can and see what you can do with this man in your life. You'll still have your like nest egg. And so if you need it, you come back to America at a certain time and you rebuild the life of whatever you want to do. You buy another pizza place. This one may be better. Use some different yeast for the dough. I'm not quite sure. A little more sugar in the pizza sauce. That's the secret. Brown sugar, I think. She'll be 100% taking care of him, but I think she'd be happy doing that. Yeah, Sarah. Sarah Bobera. You're going to make me cry, Chris. So sad. I mean, is it like, it is so sad. But here's the thing. This part is sad. This part is sad. But if we can maintain hope, then is this not someone who was sad and unhappy, who decided to make an active choice to change their life. That's the silver lining, right? Like we can just be like, this person is like, I'm sad. This is an awkward choice. People are going to judge me, but F that, F that, F all of you all. I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm coming after it. And it being my happiness. I love that Victor. Honey, I love that Victor with that man. Honey, I don't care how he grows that beard. It is a sign of his love. It's been growing the whole time since they've been dating, and it keeps growing in love. Victor's like, great. Now, this is going to set up something crazy, which is they're setting up the fact that he's been building this house, and she doesn't like the fact that he cheated on her, which makes sense. Why would you like that? And that, but unfortunately, that a hurricane is coming, and specifically a hurricane that's turning into a hurricane from a tropical storm or whatever. And like, it feels like we're now going to be like, oh my God, he's about to die. I don't like when 90 Day does this like life and death stuff too much, because it feels a little bit like on the nose. Because we're like, okay, well, if he died, this is episode 2 or 3. So probably not. So can we just like, don't waste our time. I feel like, Kurt, you're just gonna have to sit back, honey, and relax. Okay? Just, you're new here. You're new. See what it is. Okay, so yes. So what I'm saying is, I love you. I feel for her, and we're going to see what's going to happen. I hope that this person doesn't get killed in the category 4 hurricane that's a coming. But this hurricane, by the way, is not the only thing that she has to deal with, because the hurricane inside, honey, the hurricane inside, it's nothing. She can handle a little rain. Listen, I love you so much, Anika. Let's be honest, that D made her sell all her stuff and roll out happiness of her kitty. That's what my cousin said. My cousin was just like, I mean, very much like, she's like, this is my soulmate, Victor. And my cousin was like, he is laying it down. Has to be 5 times to go back to Colombia and 5,000 for a 1 bathroom. I think that Victor, not just with the beard, but knows how to grow it. Honey, she's there. I think that, again, this is the most authentic couple to me, though I do think that obviously, Alina and Stephen with a V seem that way as well. Everyone talked about the fact that Stephen may or may not have Asperger's. So I just want to ask, does he? Or was that something that people just commented on in the last live? Or did I literally miss something in the first episode? Because I just need your opinion. Because I mean, like, it's not that I want to make fun of him. It's just that I need to like sometimes make fun of him. And I just want to know like how far I can go. This person is, I mean, it's annoying to me if 90 Day producers pick someone who is not the cognitive ability in order for me to like adequately make fun of them and feel fine about it. It deters from me watching it. But in this case, I would also love to see a scene, going back to Stephen with a V, of him really like laying it down with all the Mormon ladies, honey, that he's like bedded in the past. He does, people have said this on Twitter, that he looks like Brandon and Julia's baby. Like a Marty McFly version, because it's now in the present, of the baby that Brandon and Julia had from Happily Ever After in the season 4 in the present time. Which, speak of the devil, Back to the Future was on the other day. What a great movie. Like one of the best movies I've ever seen. I forgot. Victimizing her. I know. Can I be honest? Like, this is, what if it's like a Devon, no, not Devon, Devon. Okay. What if it's a situation that she goes to Providencia and he is an incredibly lovely Rastafarian-esque gentleman? Yes, honey. Yes. He's a little laid back. He has a keyboard and nothing else, honey. But what if like with him, we get to see her maybe like being taken care of in a way emotionally by someone? What if when we see them together, it like all makes sense? I don't want it to be a thing where she gets there and he has to cater to her because of whatever. I think with any kind of sort of relationship, you want to see two people want to be together and therefore kind of sharing that give and take. And it's not just in the behaviors and like acts, but of course like the energy. Because there's of course she's going to have to give more money to him in life. She just has more money. So if she wants a backsplash in the bathroom or a heated bidet seat, a little tushy squirter, you know what I'm talking about. Not the yeah, bidet seat. I think it's called tushy. I want it. Yeah, she's gonna have to spring for that. I just hope that when they're together, it like weirdly makes sense. And we're like, oh yeah, they are. Wow, well, they are soulmates. Those two, honey. I mean, like look at them. You know, because it is a great story that love is like some triumph. So that's how I'm going to end this live because I wanted to be on a positive thing. This was only episode 2 because if you remember, which of course you do, Happily Ever After, the last season we just watched was so depressing because half the people are fake and everyone's hating each other. But this show, it gives us the opportunity to have couples at different stages of the relationships and stages that are arguably better, except of course Corey and Evelyn, who shouldn't even be on. They're just horrible. But obviously early on is like the honeymoon phase, and we're not even in some of the weddings yet, Okay, so I'm dead. All of you guys. What did Venus say? I don't see it. Oh. She should lie about how much money she has. Still, should she lie? Still, she should lie about money. Yeah. I don't know how much money okay, when her friends asked if he knows how much money she had. God, why am I sorry, I love you. She didn't give a very straightforward, secure, non-lying answer. She kind of was like, no, I mean, he knows I'm a business owner and that I can easily at any time fly whenever I want across the world. So, I mean, we didn't just, besides those things, you're like, yeah, he knows you're rich. I'm just like, cut to like her just being like, honey, I just spent $500 at Target, which, it's like, and like him just being like, it's just, we never know how we sound or how we do things. And if he's a horrible, mean, horrible person that is only after this person for their money, then we will find out immediately. And we're just going to hope for the best. Did you talk about Jenny and Sumit? I did. Basically, obviously, I was happy that Jenny stood up for herself and wasn't like, I'm going to denounce my American citizenship. But that was early on. All right, my loves. What else? That's it. We'll just see what happens next week. Who's your fave so far? The new ones, it's like obviously Stephen with a V or Ellie and Victor. Everyone else we know about. Jenny and Sumit being on is crazy that they're on again, and Corey and Evelyn have basically nothing to show for us, which is why we're going to have, I guess, Instagram drama so early on in the season happening outside to try and drive traffic to watch what the TV show is showing, even though that is behind. But honey, whatever. I guess us 90-day fiends will take it as we get it. The Hare Krishna story feels fake. Yeah, definitely fake that she doesn't want to do it. Whether that's some crazy loophole, I mean, and so easily broadcastable. I mean, is that a thing? I wish I had looked up for you exactly why. It's a religious. Is it like a thing where you can't govern certain practices of religious organizations through laws? Because then any law, any religion, you could be like, I don't need a visa. I'm Catholic. No, that was confusing exactly why that would, give her the ability to just live in India. But maybe that's just like some way to get people to move to India and be Hare Krishnas. I don't know. Um, oops, alone in bed, honey. Honey, that's how Ellie was. Night after night in Seattle. Just eating cold take home pizza until she met Victor. That's what I'm saying. Like, her friends don't think of her eating pizza alone night after night in her apartment. They think of just seeing her out and about with them and being like, but they don't. It's hard to sit with the thought of your friend either feeling lonely or empty and or alone in this world. And I know I don't know. It must be so hard for Harold me because, that girl loves that girl. And she is a rational girl. And she knows she can only say so much. And then she just has to and she says a lot. Every biting comment, every underhanded comment, every just like that heavy, heavy eye makeup on. I'm glad Kenny and Armando are back. Oh, hit the like button, subscribe, and pop over to Facebook to join Vanity Fair group. It's true. This is my private Facebook group where I go. I go live. Shay, I am so sorry. I know you keep being like, bitch, stop talking about this. It's not fun. And I'm just like, oh, this topic, her profound loneliness and emptiness, that one, you're just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Here's the thing. And I mean this. This should make us all feel better, Shay. This world does have a lot of lonely people walking it. And a lot of them are right here. There is a way to connect to people, right? And share meaningful connection that feeds that part, that emptiness part. Having the romantic relationship won't make you whole. Usually that emptiness can be traced back to like a childhood trauma, which we all have, blah, blah, blue, mother wounds or father wounds and whatnot. But if you are in this room right now, you are literally sharing space with me. I mean, there's 100 people, a little more than that, in this room right now. We are all just sharing space together. Not that we're all walking around profoundly lonely, but in this moment, we could have used a little connection. And sure, we'll go ahead and we'll use this 90 Day Fiancé TV show for it, where I'm like, I'll label this video that, and we'll talk for like an hour and a half, and you'll come here because we all do want to talk about the recap of that episode, which I did talk about for like a hella long time, almost as long as the whole episode, and can you believe it? But you are also choosing to self-soothe sometimes what can be considered emptiness or loneliness, boredom, emptiness, loneliness. You can call it what you will. And it's the beautiful part of the human nature that subconsciously and consciously we fight for ourselves. And we fight for our health and our needs. And I think that we're watching Ellie do it. And I know it can be sad, but there's also the universalness that we're all doing a version of it. And I'm sorry if I made you cry, because the truth of the matter is I've projected on her things that I have felt. But it's because I think that as, we're supposed to watch this as an audience being like, this rational woman is giving up everything to go to this man's small ass island that's about to be completely torn apart by a hurricane, and he's cheated on her, while she also has rational friends that are being like, don't do it, why would you do it? And it's like, I don't know, you just do it. You do it because why not? Fuck it. What else are you gonna do? You've already lived 15 years doing something like this. She got me whenever. So why not? What is life? Of like not trying things up. And the truth of the matter is she can save her money and come back and do whatever she wants. Try Chinese food. I'm just kidding. Dog trainer, Chris, I love how you be so funny and also so deep. Thanks. I didn't cry for reals as pregnancy hormones. Oh, girl, I know. God bless. I feel bad for the loneliness in this world. Yeah, it is. It's true. And it's a hard time because the loneliness in this world, coupled with the divisiveness happening in America, plus everything we talked about, if you were watching my following, which is my live stream I do about pop culture events that happened last week, obviously, and I'm not going to get into it because it was last week, but also, and it's still a holiday, like a bunch of crazy things are happening in the world, right? Like across the board in so many ways. And we discussed that already at the end of that episode. So I'm not going to get into it now, but it's a lot of energy. So we should all know, though, that we're all walking around with this. So if you find someone in your life that you feel like can suffer from feeling this way, a little Ellie in your life, maybe that's another option for us to like take an opportunity to reach out to your friends and just do a little like, hey girl, check on your single friends, Okay, my loves, I gotta go make my bed, do some things, but what an amazing Labor Day to share with you all. I'm very into the season so far. I think that there is like some, obviously, as I said, like real authenticity that definitely didn't happen in Hellishly Ever After, as the last season was called. So that makes me excited for the promise of like actual realness. Actual real storylines, actual behavior from people, not scripted. So thank you so much for being here, and everyone that's given such amazing comments. Beth, I love you and I'm here for you. I really hope that you guys just got to like rest. Can you believe we are 100% into September? Thank you so much for my mods for coming in and for everyone just jumping on board. And I'm so sorry I didn't go live last night, but I just had too much fun and I just like wanted to be able to give you a full functioning brain. Thank you so much for my super chats. You make me feel like a special girl, like a very special, wanted, not lonely, fulfilled person. Truly. So I do appreciate it. If you want to, you're welcome to super chats one whole thing, and thank you so much. You don't have to, but I just truly appreciate you guys being here and engaging in conversations. You're welcome to also Venmo me if you're more into that. I love you, Lupe. I am Chris L. Farah. The L is for Lebanese on Twitter and Instagram, and Chris Farah with no L. Hi on Venmo. But you honestly, you being here and just like engaging in all the comments, that's all I care about. Also, I truly care about you liking this video or disliking this video, engaging it in some way, a little thumbs it up or down. You do you. Just for like my engagement tickle. That does help. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you to all the new people that came in the room. Thank you for everyone who show up on a continual basis. I mean, truly, you're the best. I wish you the best week. I'll be back on Wa's channel for Say What Wednesday night. That's 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on her channel. And then I'll be back doing Following, which is my pop culture commentary show, Friday at 1:30 Pacific Standard Time p.m. on my channel. And maybe something special along the way, because I know I keep hinting that I want to talk about Naked and Afraid of Love, because I do love it. Because it also feels like a batch of people that I can make fun of because they're young and like hot. So I can like make fun of them. And I feel bad. Okay, so all of that. Yes, I already brought up Vanity Fair, but that is my private Facebook group, which you're welcome to join if you haven't. And then I always post when I'm going to go live, and that's all I have to say. That are all my business, and that's all I'm going to do for you. I'm done. Okay, so have a great week. It's Monday night. Change your sheets. You always feel good when you have like some fresh sheets. You know that about you. Okay? Take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe and make art. Okay? Bye, baby boos. Thank you for curing my loneliness. I'm kidding.